town's very own Ray Boom Boom Mancini.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another round of the Ray's Boom Boom Room. I'm your host, Ray Mancini, here with my ace corner man, cut man, Mike Case.
Spit bucket guy.
Spit bucket man.
Yeah.
You did it all. Yeah, you
Good
did
to
it
be
all.
here.
You did it all. We got a very special guest today, and I'm telling you what. But I just met this young lady and talking for a few minutes, and I'm intrigued to hear the story. And I think a lot of you will too, because I got questions, and I'm hoping that's the questions that you have out there once you hear her story. But before we get that, I'll be leaving tomorrow. Fight this Friday. I'm sorry, this Saturday night, prime time Saturday night on Fox. We have Jarrett Swift Hurd fighting Julian J. Rock Williams. Prime time 8 o'clock on Fox.
You guys out west?
But I'll be out there. The fight's going to be in Virginia.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going to the studio. But this we'll do a studio show this week. So I'll be there for on press conference show on Thursday on FS1. I think it's 4 o'clock East Coast time, 1 o'clock West Coast. And then look at this. Look,
so there's a
we're
joke
gonna get
in there
this,
somewhere. Hey, you keep talking.
That leads right into a question, and where's the show she was on? That's that kind of funny. That's kind of funny. I got my mind's going a lot of places.
I know.
Anyhow, and also then I'll be at the press conference show, which will be Friday again on FS1, starting at 5 o'clock East Coast. Check FS1 for the shows, for the weigh-in show, press conference show, and then I'll be coming back, taking a red eye out, and getting back Saturday.
Yeah.
So
Looking forward to it?
very much so. I love take these trips out to the coast. Once a month is great to see friends and family. But the fight's gonna be a great fight. I really wish I was at ringside for this fight or at the fight. Jared Swifter is one of my favorite fighters. Good puncher, good big banger. He gets it. He's a crowd, has a fan-friendly style. Comes forward, throws punches. Nothing but heart, bad intentions in every punch. J. Rock Williams can punch too. Was a guy who was undefeated for a long time, but then he got beat by Jermel Charlo, who's supposed to be doing the studio shows with me.
Great.
And he got beat again by somebody else. I'm not sure who, but J. Rock, time to come back, and Jared Swifter. This is gonna be a great fight. It'll be a rock and sock'em, action-packed, fan-friendly.
It's what we want, right?
Exactly.
As
So
consumers.
if you're watching prime time, you want good shows, this will be a good show.
Fox on Saturday night.
Fox on Saturday night.
All right.
Okay.
Can I introduce you to Samantha Ohl?
Yes.
Sam?
Can I, Sam I am. She's
She's fantastic.
Yeah, this Mike, please didn't make the intro because you know Sam, and I just met her, but her story is intriguing.
Sam's from Western PA,
Yes.
right?
Sharpsville,
Yep,
right?
Sharpsville.
Born and raised?
But Mike, more than anything, and as well as I'm impressed, and I told her this, I'm impressed, and I'm just a fan of hers now, not because of the show, which we're going to start, but because she's in the military, and she did 3 tours to Afghanistan, 2 to Afghanistan, 1 to Iraq.
To Iraq, 1 Afghanistan.
Yeah, something like that.
Like right out of high school? Or when did you go in?
I joined the
What
service.
branch?
I was Army active right
Okay.
out of high school.
How come? Is your family, is that a thing?
No, it wasn't a thing. I think when I was about 15, I decided what I want. I just told myself I wanted to join the service, and I wanted to be in the Army or the military. So.
Did you get anyone to go with you?
No,
I mean, sometimes
went,
you go with a buddy or whatever,
no,
right?
I went by myself.
A lot of times you go to buddy system, right?
Right.
I had one track mind, and it was to go to the service. I had no intention for college, nothing. I said I wanted to be in the
Why?
Army. I think I wanted to
Kick ass?
Maybe.
Really? Like seriously?
Kind of. Yes. Because I loved war movies when I was younger. They were my favorite, and I would see, I don't know, it was just something about it. And then when I saw 9/11 happen, I saw a few of my friends join the service, and then I was like, you know what? This is something I'm going to do. Because at first I thought about going reserves and going to school and staying in town, but then I was like, no, I'm going to go active, and I did. So I left town, and I didn't come back for a few years.
Yeah, worth it?
Totally worth it.
And
I think it molded who I am today.
there's no dispute about that. I mean, I think our, life, again, the greatest mind ever is Einstein was once asked, of all your experiences, who's been your greatest teacher? He said, experience has been my greatest teacher. And those experiences you've gotten there, you can never have an education that could teach you that.
No, and I will say that as many teachers as I've had, the most influential people were my military friends.
Absolutely. And to do what you did, and I'm such a fan because of that. Not because of the show, because of that. I mean, it's sincerely.
Thank you.
No.
Do they? I shouldn't say treat you differently because you're female. Are there different qualifications for a female in the Army that you have to do compared to some of the guys? Or is it all the same and, hey, you're here and you're just the same as everybody else?
It's pretty much the same, except when I was in, there were certain jobs that women could not have at that time. But I've been out for a few years, and I see it's making its way where women are able to do more jobs than what I could do. I was a communication specialist, so I got to do, like, men and women work together. And typically, like, back in the day, I always look at women that were in the Army, they were nurses, or, you know.
Sure.
But truthfully, if I had my choice to pick, I would have been a combat arms. But I had to go with the options I had. So I just picked communication specialist because they said it was the closest I could get to be attached to a combat unit, in which I was attached to a combat unit. So it kind of worked out in my favor. So,
So you saw, you were in a middle battle? I know.
I was in Iraq, and when we were in Iraq, we had forward operating bases. So, like, we'd have our normal base, but then, like, if you were attached to the military police, you would go out with them. And they were constantly changing. Like, we had a group of us, so everybody, like, got their turn to be attached and be their communication specialist for those times. So,
do you learn to fight and stuff if you're a communication specialist?
That's funny. You learn the basic soldier skills through basic training. We did learn some basics, but when I went in, they offered me a class. It was called combatives. So it's basically mixed martial art. And I took level 1 and 2. So, and that's where you learn how to really defend and fight. So, I mean, I did it. I loved it, and I wish I could have kept doing it, but.
well, tell us the story. You were telling us a little bit about a story why you stopped.
So I stopped at level 2 because what happened is, to finish level 2, we had knockout. It was basically called knockout day.
Oh God, here we go. It's called knockout day.
It's basically knockout.
You're on one end or the other on knockout day.
And you are on the other end.
You get knocked out?
You are defending yourself, but at the end of this round, you're going to get knocked out because they want you to know what it's like to be down for the count.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah.
Like, where do they hit you to knock you out? Right in the face?
Yeah, I was hit on my left side, I want to say. I got knocked out, and I went down. And
they're trying to give you a concussion.
Well, that's it.
What you're saying.
When you get knocked out, you are concussed.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
People used to say to me,
you ever been knocked out, Ray?
Never knocked out, no. But I've been buzzed. And I was once asked, Bobby Stoops, we did an event together. And he said, boom, did you ever have any concussions? I said, no. No, I never was concussed. Which just goes to show you how many that I had.
Yeah, I mean,
I
30.
don't think I had any.
Right.
What we thought concussed was when you get knocked out and come on. When the bells go on, when the light goes on and off, you're concussed. I didn't know that. We used to say getting your bell rung, right? That's being concussed. So when the lights go on and off, or you get staggered, and then you regroup because if you're in good shape, your body's able to recover. But you're concussed. So I didn't know all that. I thought you had to be knocked out, period, and that's not the case. So yes, I've been concussed in the gym in fights, So and that's a bad feeling. But to be dropped, I've been dropped in the gym. And when you get up, boom, like I said, everything is like, aside like the cartoons, right?
Right.
Tweety bird flying around. But it's not a good feeling, man. And to have to allow that to happen, I couldn't imagine.
So you had to just sit and take it?
And there were some that they did not get knocked out. Like, they were pretty big guys. There was only me and another female, and she was an Air Force girl in there. So there wasn't many females. So, I mean, We just took it like a champ.
Yeah, and you got dropped.
I got dropped.
Did you
Yes.
get the smelling salts?
Yeah, they woke me up with the smelling
Yeah, oh,
salts.
yeah.
Jeez. Hey, congratulations, you passed.
I did.
Yeah, now in the meantime, what's my name?
No.
How do I spell it?
You don't mind walking me back to my room, do you?
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
But I look back at it,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, not many women would do that.
Not
And
any
you
men
never-
would do that.
No, that's true. No, not many men, and you don't have the fear of being knocked out again.
Yeah.
Because that's I've been there. So
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I've been through it. That's people that the biggest fear is not when people always say to me, "Do you ever get fear of not being knocked out or getting dropped?" No, wasn't the fear of being beaten, but you think of fear of if I get knocked out, how am I going to dropped? How do I recover? If I get cut and start blood going into my mouth, how am I going to recover? Things like that. Well, once you do it, you go, okay, now I know.
Oh, my biggest fear fighting is breaking my nose and having to get surgery. So.
And it didn't, did
no,
it?
No, your nose straight.
You still have all your teeth.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And believe it or not, I've never had my nose broke.
Oh.
I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. I got hit. My style of fighting was take punches, to give punches, but I never had my nose broke, which I like to think I made a miss once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm proud of
He's
that.
dodging it.
But I'm
He's
proud of
dodging
that because people say, "Oh, how many times you get your nose broke?" I said, "Look, if I ever had my nose broke," or they say, "How much work did you get that?" I said, "Are you kidding me? If I had any work
It's a
done,
legitimate question.
no, because
You wouldn't have gone with that?
If I have any work done, I'm coming back looking like Errol Flynn.
Not that.
It ain't gonna be this. Trust me, I ain't coming back looking like this.
All right, so fast forward. You're out of the Army what year?
2012.
And you're done, right?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. And then fast forward, now you're here about this show called Naked and Afraid.
Yes.
Are you married at the time?
Yes.
And you have kids at the time?
4 kids.
And you were the outdoorsy type anyway,
Yes.
right?
Me and my family were very outdoorsy. We hunt, we fish, we eat everything that we harvest, and
Oh, beautiful.
most fish we catch, we eat, except some we release back. But yeah,
What's
we
the
are
biggest
pretty-
thing you ever killed? Like a bear, ever kill a bear,
Oh,
anything like that?
That's my goal.
You wanna
but
kill a
no,
bear?
Yes, just once, just once.
Because
Okay.
if not, they're gonna get me.
Right, right. That's-
You know,
that's
you have
one of
to-
those-
if
one of the
you're-
other
well,
things.
if you're in the woods with a bear, it's
Yeah.
either you or him.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it ain't much in between.
Have you killed anything other than a deer?
White-tailed deer.
Yeah.
A wild boar.
Oh, boar's good eating.
Yeah,
that
we
right?
Boar's
did
good eating. Oh yeah.
wild boar. Let's see
Boar's
what
good
else. Those are the biggest,
Yeah?
heaviest.
With
and then,
a gun or an arrow or your bare hands
I
or what?
bow hunt.
Yeah.
that's-
So all my
she's a real-
deer,
I know.
You're a real hunt. You're a
That's
real
a
hunter.
real
all my
You're a real
deer
hunter, man.
were harvested with a bow, and then my boar was with my AR-15.
Oh,
Yeah,
And we
because
ain't
we
taking-
were
poor guy had
We
no
ain't
chance.
taking no
did it?
chances with that boar.
No.
dead center.
Really?
Yeah.
From how far?
I want to say he was like 80 yards.
How big of a boar?
That one was only like 70 pounds. My husband shot like a 180-pound one that day too. So
The same day.
yeah, we
Where'd
went.
you go to the boar preserve?
There's a place in Parker, PA. You can
Full of boar?
pay to hunt. Yeah,
Wow.
and we found it, and I was like, "Oh, I want to try that." So we went.
Now, Sam, can I ask something? One question you just said. You're married. You have 4 children.
Mhm.
When you went in the service, were you married at the time and had children then?
No, you know what's funny
Okay,
is
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying no.
I did not want children, and I did not want a husband
Uh-huh.
when I joined. I said nope. 4 kids later and a husband
Yeah.
later.
No, well, my daughter.
Fast on the kids,
Yeah.
too, right?
And my daughter said to her on the pop, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. Now, she's got a man in her life. They're talking marriage, and she's, I want to be a mother. You know, that's beautiful. You know, I mean, you got to go. Of course,
People
Yeah.
change.
of course,
I think we've all said that.
of course.
But
our
I'm a
lives.
firm believer. God gives your path.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely,
I
no
mean,
dispute.
For some reason, God was like, "Nope, you're gonna get married and have children right now. So
Yeah, no,
this is your
beautiful.
path,
Yeah,
and I
that's-
accept it." So
yeah,
you know.
beautiful, beautiful.
All right, so it's what year when you started to hear about this Naked and Afraid? Or have you always been a fan of it?
No, I actually wasn't a fan of it when I first saw it air, and I was like, "Who in their right mind
Mhm.
would go on TV naked and survive with a complete stranger?" And I actually was like, "Who?" I actually was against the show at first.
Because you're paired up, right, on the
Yeah,
show? Explain the premise.
So you go out you're supposed to be out there for 21 days, and you meet a complete stranger you've never met, and you walk up, greet each other, and you're naked. So
You're naked when you meet each other.
yeah,
Or say
In the
"Hey,
woods?
how you doing?
yeah, in the
Now,
middle of the woods or at the beach, wherever location they want to put
I
you.
say, hey, how you doing? Drop
Yeah.
trowel. You know what I mean?
No, they're already.
I don't know.
You don't
They
even have
make
to go
you.
there.
They make us drop our clothes before we meet each other. So
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
What?
My,
Sit where?
Your eyes
Is
are
it
up here.
beautiful?
How you doing?
So
There's no
here-
pride at that
so-
point.
No, you lost. There's no shame in your
Did you
game.
do like a lot of sit-ups first?
no, I have a mom belly. I don't-
Okay.
No shame.
You don't even
in
care.
No shame in your game.
No.
That's a beautiful. And a mom body is the best body. It's a
No
beautiful.
shame.
No, beautiful. God bless you.
All right,
That's
so
the most attractive part about you. No
Thank
shame.
you.
that's right. So you didn't like the show.
At first, I didn't, and so me and my husband, we always are making videos of us, our hunts and
thought you guys
fishing.
naked. I
No,
didn't know you
not
guys
naked.
So
naked.
different video. Totally different.
That's different.
Yeah.
But hunting and fishing videos, and like we're big on Instagram and Facebook. So like we're always, up with the social media. So for some reason, when I would post my pictures, I got comments on my photos saying you need to apply for this show, and I'm like, what is this show? So I click on the thing and I'm like, it's Naked and Afraid. Well, I was like, first it's Discovery, and then I'm like, what kind of show is this? And then I'm like, oh, it's Naked and Afraid. So I ignored it. I didn't believe it. Then I got a Facebook message and I'm like, oh man, they really want me.
Like the show?
Yeah.
Facebook message you?
Yeah, like whoever, producers or
Sure.
people looking for scouts, basically looking for cast members. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and I asked them, I was like, are you sure you got the right person? And they're like, yeah, we follow you and we like what you do. You do a lot of outdoor stuff and we think you should apply. And I told my husband and he was like, you're crazy. And I'm like, are you sure?
You told him you wanted to do it.
And I said, well, how about we just, let me apply and see what it's all about.
Hear it out, right?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you go.
let's hear it out. And he's like, all right, go ahead. So I put my application in. Next thing you know, I do a couple Skype conferences and meet him, and that way. And then I go to California and I meet him. Like, not meet my partner, but
This producer.
Meet
the
them.
what I'm in store for. So.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think it was like 8 months later, on the airplane, and there I was
Heading to Croatia.
in Croatia. I was in the Velebit Mountains.
So did you have to try out?
Nope, there's no trying out.
They just either want you or they don't want
They
you.
either want you, they don't want you, or it's weird people that want to apply for it that have no skills.
Right, because they just want to be
Just-
on a reality show,
just-
right? And trying to be famous.
Well, my partner was dared by his wife.
Really?
That's
To be-
what kind of marriage is that?
I
You're
don't
daring my
know.
wife.
He's got a
Go
husband that
ahead.
doesn't want her to do
Hey,
it.
have some balls. Go
He's
on
gotta-
the
he's
show.
gotta- yeah, I bet you can't do it. One of those.
Yeah, like it was one of those.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
And where was he from? What part of the
Literally have some balls and go on
Right.
the show.
country?
he
Show
was-
him off.
He was from Northern California.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And from what you've told me, as wimpy as I am, he might be worse. Is that a nice way of saying it?
Maybe.
Well,
Okay.
Guys, what is
He was very nice. I
yeah.
don't want to bash him.
No, I know.
No. You can't bash it.
Yes, she will. Here
What
in a
is
little
the-
bit.
what-
Hang on.
But what is the concept of the show? I still don't know. What is the
It's
concept?
to survive with a stranger
Right.
for 21
They get
days
afraid in the
with no clothes.
Right, got
but
that.
you each get one tool, and that's it.
And you picked a
I brought my hatchet, and my partner had a fire starter.
good idea.
good
And
Good
then
idea.
and then they give you one extra thing for you to share, and we had a pot, so we were able to boil water.
There you go.
Oh, that's good.
Which boiling water wasn't a concern to me. My partner was very worried about it.
About boiling the water. Why?
Yes.
What are you boiling?
You're
Water
You're
first.
boiling the water that's coming from the stream
Okay.
because the parasites. You never know what you can pick up. But for me, I'm like, it's a flowing stream. I'm thirsty.
Yeah. Other people are drinking it. Those
Yeah.
people right down there are
Well,
drinking
it's
it.
like when you
So-
ever go to Italy, right, during the summer or Europe period, and you see the Trevi fountains, and you get it's because it's so hot.
Uh-huh.
They're all parasitic. It's parasites
all-
everywhere.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, and if that's you and you get sick, but at the time, it's like $1 million.
There's parasites in fish that we eat. I mean,
But,
That's right.
But here's what I want to know. I got the concept now.
yeah.
What is the prize? What you make it through? You win this thing. What do you
Got to
win?
go 3 weeks.
Bragging
Besides your self-respect.
Your clothes.
Bragging rights.
Self-respect that I got.
Just
out of
that's
it.
it. Bragging rights.
Yeah.
That's all.
That I made it. I was naked and afraid, and I made it.
Do you get a
Just
tent?
bragging. No.
Well, you
I
gotta
s-
get money, eh?
Huh?
You gotta get some money, eh?
Maybe.
This guy, oh, I don't maybe my ass. There's some, there is
little.
there is a little,
Enough
there's
to
a little
retire on?
stipend at the
No.
end. Did you get?
It was just like a, what is it? You know, just for being on the show kind of thing. Nothing big. It was chump change. I'm gonna call it.
I got you.
And-
It's lunch money. I got it.
Yeah, it definitely was lunch
That's
money.
about
for
right.
me.
But you gotta get some. But you mean the winner don't get none after that?
No, no.
It's just to say you did it.
Say you did it.
Percentage of people that make it.
Oh,
A
God.
lot, very high.
Ooh,
Do they
do
go?
that.
I mean, all 21 days.
I want to say for me, I think about like 80, probably 85% make it.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I mean it's teamwork. It is teamwork. It comes down to it. Like the night or the morning I got taken out, it could have all been avoided if my partner would have looked over, saw that I was like in dead stage of hypothermia, unconscious, and came over and tried to just at least keep me warm. It could have all been avoided. We would have made it those 3 more days.
Yeah. Well, now you're skipping ahead.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, because now he's got 13 questions.
No. How can he keep you warm? If he,
There's one. That's a good way. What else can you do?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Well, it's between that and dying.
No. Look, I agree. Look, that's why I want to go back a bit. One thing I was gonna say, I don't know your husband, but I love the guy because he's got enough confidence to say, I love my wife enough. I have a confidence in. She's got a great body. I don't care if anyone who sees her body, and I got enough in our marriage that she could be out there naked and afraid with somebody and alone with somebody, and nothing's gonna. I mean, you got to admire that because ain't too many guys gonna do that. And I don't give a damn how. I like to think I'm very progressive. Nah, I said, take my wife. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For 3
No,
weeks.
I'm very progressive. Yeah, yeah. I'm on vacation. She's on vacation. I'm on vacation too.
Right.
No, but look, I love my wife dearly. I have no. You know, you gotta have that trust amongst each other. You
And
gotta have that
Is
trust.
that how he was?
Yes, everyone.
And I admire that. You got that because not too many guys are gonna be that.
Well, and I'm sure some of his friends were like, "You got to be joking,
Oh yeah,
dude."
many of his friends were like, you know, you're really crazy. You let your wife go and do something like that. My husband's like, oh, I trust my wife.
She'll be
you know,
fine.
he says that she'll be fine. She's strong. You know.
Because you let her look at you can let.
Well, yeah, because you're thinking what a lot of them are thinking. She's going to hook
your wife
up.
that way. Oh, she's got a beautiful body.
But
why not?
I will say this, and I tell everybody when they ask me that kind of stuff, I say there's nothing cute, sexy at all about being naked
No.
and not showering for days.
No.
Nothing attractive.
No. I agree.
Watching your partner pick their pubic region, no, there's nothing sexy about that.
None.
Nothing
Pick
at
what?
None.
Like there's days he would be sitting there
Just
just
scratching?
Like,
What? Calming it out.
No, I believe all
Yo.
done that.
Say yo.
Come on.
Oh. Did you
Ed O'Neill made that.
put a
famous.
helmet on that soldier when going to war? Put a helmet. Come on now.
Did you know this was going to go this way? 'Cause you have 2 immature people you're talking to. You know that,
I
right?
I regress being back in high school. But hey, my wife said to me when she knows she goes, "You're not gonna embarrass me by making any stupid ass comments."
Too late.
I said, "No, not me, baby, not me. I don't."
24 minutes in,
No.
14 comments later.
Not me.
Yeah.
She says, "I know you. You can't help yourself." I said, "No, I can't."
All right, what's the first day and night like?
oh my god, the first.
That has to be, to me, has got to be one of the
You got
worst.
blankets and stuff, right?
It
Do you
was.
get blankets,
No.
or do you get to get like leaves and stuff?
You have to make a fire and stay
What's
warm
the
that way.
environment? What's the temperature? What's it like? Where are you? You're in the mountains?
Well, I was in the mountains, and the temperature varied. During the day, it could be up to 90-something degrees, and in the evening, all the way down to 40.
Yeah, it significantly drops.
And the first day was raining horribly, and I kept trying to have a positive outlook. I'm like, good luck, it's rain, and it was raining, and it rained for those first 2 days of us being there. It was just horrible because we couldn't start a fire because everything was wet. We just made some quick shelter for that night when we first got there because it was already getting dark. Hurry up, make a shelter. We squeezed.
What's the? I don't understand.
We
what
made
kind of shelter.
we made a little lean-to, and we huddled into it.
But that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. When you huddle, you gotta be next to each other, right?
We were back to back.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Front to
Not
back,
bad.
after a while, front to back. Who's gonna know?
See?
Who's gonna know?
I knew it.
But the
I
point
knew
I'm
it.
gonna say is you got to get body heat.
Yeah. So
That would be that's where us, your husband, I admire.
it was dark and scary. You could hear animals running around you. At one point, and they were wild boars, I think.
Ooh.
And
In
they
those
were
mountains.
in the mountains where we were, and they were coming towards where we were because we must have been in their area because we were by the stream. So we were like trying to be really loud so they would stay away. I don't know why.
Does that work?
There were bears too, so
My bear attracted the sound.
yeah,
right?
and they're like brown bears. Like I don't know what bear. it's
Giant bears.
Giant brown bears, and they will come eat you.
Yeah.
So
Are you helping this guy? Because you've been in the Army.
yeah.
He probably was not,
No,
right?
he wasn't.
Are you helping him with these survival techniques and stuff? Is he leaning on you that way?
We helped each other with that. We had a nice balance, I will say, with knowledge because he had a lot of knowledge on like how to make the fish basket to catch fish. He knew a lot of trap setting and stuff. He knew that stuff. I'm more aggressive with the let's get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like what are some of the things you had to do?
like gathering food or gathering wood for the day. Like every morning it was constant. Let's go gather wood. And I would just be gathering wood constantly for hours just because I wanted to have enough, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And my partner would want to sit because he's like, I'm not using all my energy. I'm just going to sit here and survive for 21 days. And I'm like, you're absolutely crazy. I was like, I didn't come out here just to sit. I was like, I came out here to live.
Yeah.
So the one day, I was like, I'm just going to go see if I can stab a boar or something.
Oh, yeah.
So I went out.
Way better than
I
sitting
went
around.
trekking forever. I trekked all day. And I saw a boar, a mom and her two babies with her. And I had to back off because she was getting really aggressive with me. So
What'd you have to use?
just my spear I made.
You made a spear.
Yes.
And the hatchet, right?
My partner kept my hatchet when I was doing this stuff.
Seems like you could have used it.
Yeah, I could have. He had my hatchet at the shelter. Meanwhile, I'm in the mountains somewhere, trying to.
With a made-up spear.
Well,
with-
if you think about it, all he has is a pot. If somebody comes after him, he
Yeah.
probably could have used
Hey,
something too, right?
Just think, he's sitting there with the pot, picking his pubes. Come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah, I
He-
know.
What's he doing?
That takes all day right
What's
there.
he doing?
He but no, he was very concerned. He would always ask me if I'm okay.
Uh-huh.
You all right? Because there was days like my sugar level would really drop and I'd have to take my time. But I mean, we had a nice balance.
Mhm.
It was just
What happened with the boars? Nothing.
nothing because
Let him go.
I didn't want to die.
Right. You'll be running.
Because I was by
naked in the woods.
myself.
But if you
Because
see the mama with the two babies,
you're-
got
That's when you
that.
go.
Because if you're actually hunting boars in like that way, you need to be in a big group.
Mhm.
It's not just a one-man hunt.
No,
That's a
no,
group
no,
hunt.
that's
So I don't know. I just wanted to try it out though.
Here's the thing. We know you're naked, walking, feet stepping on stuff, the pinches. I mean, you've got to put needles. I mean,
Oh, I get mad when I step on a Lego.
Yeah,
on
no,
the
you're
carpet.
right. You're right. No, I'm saying,
know what I
I'm not
mean?
gonna- I'm not big on that.
Yes.
I'm not big on walking with bare feet. I'm not.
I love walking barefoot, so that was a positive. But I wasn't ready for the thorns and stuff. But I basically, this sounds weird. I trained my feet. I walked barefoot a lot, like on pavement, cement, rocks, everything, just to toughen
Toughen 'em up.
the bottoms up.
No kidding.
Yeah, and this is funny because when I got back from how much dirt I laid on, it took about 3 months to get the dirt scrubbed out and exfoliated from my skin for like months.
I'm sure you got dirt places that you never knew you had.
Yes.
This you make it sound so glamorous, Sam. You know.
No, but no, this after you're in the military. So you've had all the military training.
Yeah, I used to sleep
So you-
standing up. Well,
but
come
you-
on.
You use your military training, obviously.
Now,
Yeah.
what are the other? Say there's a problem. Were there any problems before you got sick at the end? What were there any issues or anything like that you guys were having? And what I'm going to ask next is the camera crew can't help you
No.
at all, or if
No,
like
they're
you
not.
don't eat for 3 days, they're like, peace out. It's
No,
8:30.
they
We're
just
gonna go
watch
eat.
you.
What,
This is like you are being watched, and they want to see what you can do.
That's a lot. Well, did you have any issues?
Yeah. The first or the third day, the third or second or third day, my partner wanted to actually tap out and leave. So I was going to be out there
Because why?
because he was getting frustrated with not being able to start a fire. And the problem we had was he kept holding the fire rod to start it and not letting me do it. And finally, when he walked away and got pulled aside. I grabbed the ferro rod and I went into the middle of the field where there was at least some kind of dry stuff, and I started the fire because he was going to leave. And if I didn't start a fire, if a fire didn't get started, said he was leaving. So.
And if one guy leaves, you're done?
No, you're not done.
Could you
but
stay
by
You
yourself?
could stay by yourself, but I didn't want to stay by
Right,
myself.
after 2 days.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, this isn't going down this way. I didn't.
So
come
you
out.
started the fire. What's a fire rod?
Fire rod. It's a ferrous rod.
Doesn't help me.
It's
I
just
try to stay in hotels when I go out.
It's a metal rod, and then you're just putting metal against metal, and you're getting
hitting a
that
spark.
Yep, and you're getting the spark, and you need tinder. So
Sam, Mike's idea of roughing it is staying at a Holiday Inn without room service.
Do you see the amount of gel in my hair? Does it look like I want to? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
so I started the fire. So then he came back from whatever he was doing. Then he's like, I'm gonna stay. And I'm like, well, now you're gonna stay because there's a fire.
Why do you think they pulled him aside? To talk him out of it?
To try and see what was going on,
I see.
because they knew something was going on, and he was.
No, you said earlier about the camera crew there, and you guys are hungry and everything. Reminds me of this, the Sam Kinison joke. God rest his soul. Remember the comedian Sam Kinison?
Yes.
He always talked. He says, "You ever see these commercials with people starving in Africa?" He says it's heart wrenching to watch that, and he said, "You'd think somebody on the camera crew would have a cracker they could give. They'd have food they could give. And you think about it, and you go." Yeah, that would make sense.
Or-
They ain't out there
or
starving.
move those
They're
bugs
taking
away from their head.
They're taking pictures. You think they'd have a cracker they can give it to them? And I'm thinking, obviously they ain't going hungry out there. They're filming you guys, but they're not trying to win anything, I guess. But you're not winning anything either. If there was a pot of money at the end, like $100K or something, they go, well, I get it. It's just for the bragging rights. No, come on, man. Bragging rights.
I should do Survivor. That's the big money one.
You did this.
We're going to get to that in a little
But
bit.
anyhow, I'm just saying that's what always they're not going hungry.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't last long. I wouldn't last long
Because you'd try to fight the camera
I
crew.
would not respond well if I got hit this guy in the chin. Give me, to watch me starve, and
Right.
They're
Were there
they're
points?
respectful. They weren't allowed to eat in front of us or drink in front of
That's
us.
nice.
That's
That's
beautiful.
nice
Lovely
of them.
people. Lovely people.
Did
Sarcasm.
was there a time where you guys were just hungry, or did you always end up having food because you guys are so good at getting it?
We were Okay, I don't know. Hunger level.
Did you lose weight?
Yeah, I only lost 13 pounds. I was pretty upset.
Really? You wanted to lose more?
Well, I don't know. When I went in, I was
Not a big woman.
already like 138 pounds, and I only lost 12 pounds or 13 pounds after that. And everyone's telling me when you're lean and fit,
Yes, muscle
it-
weighs a lot more.
yeah, it weighs more, but your body will hold on to that
Yeah.
and not let you lose a lot of
Yeah.
weight. So I'm pretty sure that's why. My partner, he lost, I think, 30 something pounds. It had to have been or 20 something, but he
No kidding.
was so skinny when we left.
Huh.
Well, he lost 30-something pounds, and none of it was balls.
Here we go. All right,
He had none.
Let me change the subject.
I'm going to get a group.
That guy is a lot more like me than
No, I'm
than
going to get a
you,
lot of grief for
obviously.
for
I
that
think
one.
so. If at what I'm guessing there was a point where like I don't know if we can make it to, we might actually make it to. Let's make that. You know what I'm saying? Or did you think we're staying the whole time? It's no big deal.
No.
Or what was the point where you thought from well, there's no freaking way to hey we got a shot at this thing?
It was about day 12.
So about halfway.
Halfway, I had a breakdown.
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I missed my kids and my family
Mm,
because you don't get to know how they're doing, and
mhm.
it was eating me up at night. When it was dark and nighttime, that's when your fear and that's when you're thinking, and all that got to me. And I'm like, I just start crying, and I was like, I miss my family. But then, I don't know, I talked myself out of it, and I said, nope, I'm doing it because I'm doing this. I did it because I did it for my kids.
For your kids, yeah.
After I found a reason, I was like, well, I'm doing this for a reason. Yeah, I'm doing it for my kids and my husband because I want them to, like, know, like, everything and anything's possible.
That's right.
Even from being a little town person, you know?
That's right.
Mhm.
Or a mom of 4. God.
Right.
Beautiful. I mean, I'm assuming, God forbid, any emergency, then they would get you.
Yes. Oh, yes, for
God
sure.
forbid.
Yep.
Okay. But that's it. But other than that, at least there was no emergency.
Yeah, if there was emergencies, they would be able to contact my
no,
spouse.
I get it,
and
though. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
So then after the breakdown, you're like,
I
darn it.
shook it off, and
We got this.
yep.
Did the guy break down?
Well,
The first time.
the first time.
Yeah.
And then after that first time, he kind of was okay. He really didn't show any breakdowns after that until that couple nights when it started pouring down rain. But it made me mad because it'd be like every other day. He would ask me at night. I don't know if he was just being genuinely caring, but he kept saying, "You gonna make it? You're gonna be all right? You're gonna finish the 21 days?" And he's like, "It's okay if you don't." And I just got so mad at the end that I used that as fuel. I'm just like, shut up. I'm like, I'm staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
that's beautiful. That's when you just said the key word. Use it as fuel. Because when I do a lot of speaking engagements, I tell people when people when they rip you or whether it's anything, you use it as fuel.
Yeah.
You use the fall or you fall to it. Most people give in to it or use it for fuel to spark the
yeah.
fire. And that's what you
No,
hope
I
for.
use everybody's for fuel. Anything that anybody
Yeah.
throws at me, I'm like,
Any
you know what?
negative, right, and
I'm
it
going to
comes-
show you what I can do better.
So then did it start to rain again like it did in the beginning?
Yeah,
Toward the end?
worse.
Did you get sick?
Yes.
Or like fever sick or what kind of sick?
Hypothermia. And I think it was like a critical stage of hypothermia because they found me unconscious in my shelter and I was curled up in a ball and all I remember is that I could not feel. I kept saying I can't feel anything. I couldn't feel my core and I couldn't feel my fingers. I couldn't feel anything and I kept saying that. And
Well, how did it get to that point?
well, the night that was in the morning when that happened. The night is when the rain came, like it just pounded us super hard, and me and my partner are trying to stay up to fight and keep the fire up. And I'm like, we got to keep this fire, or we're going to be done. My partner, like, I don't know, I felt like he lost hope at 3 a.m. It was about 3 a.m. ish time, and that was it. The fire was gone, and he rolled over and went to sleep through this pouring rain, and I tried to stay awake, and then I just went into a shock. And I just remember yelling, "Adam, I can't feel anything." And then that's when he came over, and, for emergency reasons, they have communication. So he contacted them for emergency reasons, and that's what happened, so.
And so do you remember does the crew come or
Yeah,
paramedics or what? Who
I
shows
was
up?
taken out by paramedics, and everybody came. The paramedics,
You gotta have
the
paramedics on
crew,
Right.
the producers, everybody, and it's on TV. It's pretty scary, actually. After it happened, I go home and then I watch the show at the end. It actually scared the crap out of me because I'm like, my kids are crying. They're like, "Mommy's dead," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm right here,
Right next to you.
like, hello." But they're like crying because they think Mom's dead on TV. It's like.
That's heartbreaking.
My husband, he watched it once, and he said he can't watch the
it
end
no.
again
Yeah.
because he said that he never wants to see me in that kind of stage in life again because he
So-
couldn't even handle birth.
Well,
Yeah, but you got to admire that. I mean, he knew it was a passion for you
Yeah.
that you wanted, and he allowed you to do it. But no, man.
Yeah,
I couldn't
one
have
time was enough for
do
him
you
to watch.
so
it. I'm sure sometimes
hypothermia?
enough for you too.
Yeah.
Do you have like? Do you have a fever? Do you just your body temperature goes way down, or
When
what?
you're
What's
in
the problem?
hypothermia, your body goes into
Shuts down.
shock and it starts shutting down where your body is not. You don't have you can't regulate your temperature anymore. And the most important thing is for hypothermia is keeping your core warm. I feel to survive, if you lose that core temperature, that's when it starts to happen. And it's weird because now, after that whole experience, I hate being in the cold. Like, my hands instantly hurt.
You know, it's funny you said that. I was thinking about that on the way in too. Like, you ever hear people who say, would you rather freeze,
Right, or
you-
be too hot?
or be too, or for, fire? And I said, just think about it. 9/11, God forbid, right? How hot must it have been for these people to jump out a window to fall to their death? What you're to sit there and burn. What makes you think that? How does your mind got to be that it's better just to jump, right?
Yeah.
So I thought about that, and I said, you know what? I hate cold. I hate the cold, but I hate but imagine fire. And I'm not comfortable when it's too overly hot. But imagine if it was a life or death thing. God forbid. I'd rather probably, I say, take the cold only because your body shuts down slowly.
Yeah,
and
it
you go to
wasn't as
sleep.
fast.
And if you're going to pass, that's the way to do it. Don't burn to death, God forbid.
Right.
I don't know.
Don't burn, you know what I mean? But you know better than me because, no, you didn't. I haven't never been there. But I can't imagine this for people, you know, the heat, that you're willing to jump out a window because it's so hot, you're willing to jump
Yeah.
through that. So, I mean, I hate being cold. But, man, I hate being overly hot, too.
Was there anything you could have done differently, or could he have put a bunch of leaves on you?
I should have immediately got up and not said, "Oh, I'm stuck." I should have got up and moved around, did some jumping jacks, and should not have stopped moving at all until that rain passed. And if I had to redo it over, I would make sure my body's constantly moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you sit stagnant, you're gonna allow your body to just, you know, your
Shut down.
temperature's gonna shut down. And that's what happened to me. My partner couldn't, and he could have helped me by not just rolling over and giving up. Could have came over, could have at least went back to back with some kind of other pressure, like warmth from
Anything would have helped.
Can we
right?
cuddle? Can we cuddle?
And this is
As
my
gross
thing.
as a
Seriously, I'd
naked,
hold you, I don't know.
dirty, smelly guy.
And that's what my husband says. He's like, he should have just cuddled you. You guys would have made it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, it's just, yeah, I understand.
Do you-
It ain't a sexual thing or nothing like that. It's just a
Not at
survival
that
thing.
point.
not
No,
a
not at that
survival.
point.
No.
It's a survival thing.
So if you would have got through that really cold portion of the night, you think you would have been all right?
Yeah. If I would have been able to kick through that brutal night, I think we would have been good.
Were
Because
you
it was downhill from there.
when they came and got you, and then you figured out
Yeah.
where you were and all that stuff, when you got back to consciousness, were you ticked?
Oh, yeah. Well, I woke up in the hospital
Because you
bed.
did how many days
We were there. It was day 18 when they took me out.
out of 21?
Yeah. And I was in the hospital bed, and I'm like, I can't go back out.
That's it.
I was so pissed. Very pissed.
I could see. Was your partner pissed?
I don't know, because I didn't get to see him until I left the hospital, but they took him out because of the hypothermia. And and this is the problem. It got worse the day after. When they took me out,
Mm-hmm. The weather got worse, you mean?
they had to take him out. The weather,
Oh, he stayed
he was going to and try to stay,
for 3 more days.
but they took him out because the weather got worse.
Like
And it
rainy
was
or
like
cold or?
30, it was like 35 degrees, and it was pouring down rain. Because wintertime was coming in that country.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's cold over there.
Yeah.
Zagreb, Western Europe is much like what East Coast weather is.
And they said winter comes fast there. It doesn't just like gradually.
Yeah. There's no fall, beautiful fall.
No.
Just winter.
So, I don't know. They took him out.
Yeah.
And then I saw him when I got back from the hospital. So,
I could imagine the mental letdown. Say, you're so close. You say,
Oh, yeah.
3 days. It's like people in the military, right?
yeah.
Was there. My nephew was a SEAL, the first time. He went through hell week. It was 3 days before graduation, and he got a hip flexor, and a head drop, and,
Oh, that's
and he
awful.
dropped him out. 3 days after. So
Oh,
they said,
man.
but we love to give him another chance to do it again. And then he came back. He went through hell week again. He was about a couple weeks out, and then he got a stress fracture. And he was so, and they said, we like what you do, but you got to go do ship duty for a year. If you still want to do it, you come back. He did ship duty for a year, came back and did it and made it through.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Good.
I 3 times.
never
and they don't
happens.
let, and they don't allow this. They don't like once
Yeah.
they drop you, they roll you
That's
out.
surprising.
But because of his attitude, and it was But can you imagine 3 days before and you go through everything and then
No.
hip flexor?
You feel like a failure.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. Would it have
Yeah.
been worse to be done the second day
Yeah. No,
or
see,
the
you're right.
18th day?
Right.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
I mean, which
But
one's
still.
worse? I guess.
See, I would have felt like a complete failure at the beginning, but day 18. I mean, everyone tries to give me the, it could be worse. It could have been worse.
Well,
know?
Could you have
Hit
died?
him hard, hit him low.
I mean, were you close to dying? They said, "Mommy's dead. Mommy's dead."
I don't know. Maybe if I would not have been taken care of
Yeah.
Right away.
immediately,
Yeah.
probably so. I mean, no food, not drinking water,
Now your body shuts down. It's over.
And I'm not big. I'm tiny.
No,
so
it's a wrap. it's a wrap, man. Your body shuts down. You know.
I woke up in the hospital bed and I was wrapped up in bandages.
IVs
Like
everywhere.
IVs,
Yeah,
hands were,
yeah.
arms and legs were bandage wrapped and
Yeah, yeah.
everything.
Because you're dehydrated
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
And then I woke up to a Croatian lady blow drying my hair.
Oh, isn't that everybody's dream?
I was like, oh my God.
What? Here's the part of the story I don't like, though. Everything else, I love what you say and the message you give. But you told me a while back that when you got back, other people kind of gave you crap
Oh my God, yes.
for going in the first place. Because it was, and you're a religious family
Yeah.
to begin with, right? And some of the religious people were saying that she was sinning, I think. I'm guessing.
Yeah,
you can fill in the blanks. By doing that because another strange man was there.
Yeah, well, I'm from a small town, so
Right.
Sharpsville's like perfect moms, like
I know.
so a lot of Sharpsville moms, and maybe a couple other schools, they gave me a lot of hard time about how could a mom do this? Like, how could a mom embarrass her kids like this? And
Yeah, it's okay.
I got some really nasty messages from a few of them on Facebook. They told me I ruined my kids' school career because of what my choice in life, and that I was going to hell for it. Had a few Bible thumpers tell me I was wrong for going, and how could you do that? You're married. Well, you know what?
Well, I'm doing Adam and Eve thing. How's that? I'm
Like-
doing Adam and Eve thing.
Well, they kind of liked each other.
It's been, and it's weird because even when I meet people today, and then some people are really proud to introduce me and say this is, and they say who it is, I get shy because I'm like, I don't know what their first impression of me is going to be. It's going to be, oh, so she just wanted to be naked on TV,
Well,
so,
and there
Look,
probably
look,
are
look,
people.
Look, no respect. No respect. I would have a hard time, but look, the human body is beautiful to look at, everything. But people running around naked ain't the prettiest thing to watch. We know that. You know what I mean? I know, look.
Especially guys.
Especially guys. No,
Not a
no,
pretty body.
No, it's not. You're right. That's what I'm talking about. So, saying about, they just want to show off their body. I think it's a little bit more than that, And you're walking around, I mean, come on. I think you gotta have, well, again, if there's people like you're talking about, these they're so small-minded, they can't see past the end of their nose. Their vision is this big. So, I know, but obviously, but I think you challenge yourself. You're challenging yourself.
It challenged me because I went through a phase of life where I was very ashamed of my mom body.
Yeah,
I was shy. And then I'm like, this really opened up the who cares?
No.
Like, I have 4 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
If I want to wear a bikini, I'm going to wear a bikini now. Like, oh well, suck it.
Do your kids have any problems because of it?
No, and my kids, that's one of the first things they say is, my mom was on Naked and Afraid. Like, and
proud of it.
they're proud of
Yeah,
it.
because what you accomplished.
Yeah, and
Man, it's a great. That's
That's what
lesson
I was
to-
hoping you'd say.
and I get from my kids and my kids' friends, I get your mom is like your mom's inspirational.
Inspirational, absolutely.
Your
Right,
mom
absolutely.
motivate. Like, I get more positives than the negatives nowadays. So
And I'm gonna tell you again, and I'm gonna say this again. Your husband's a hell of a man. I admire him.
he puts up with me.
I admire the fact that he's got that kind of confidence in you, and have confidence in himself. Say, hey, I love my wife. Let her do her thing, because that ain't the Youngstown way.
No.
That ain't too many ways anywhere. That ain't the Sharpsville way.
but-
We know
No.
that.
It's
That
not
we know.
It's not the Midwest.
No, it ain't.
No.
It ain't. Look, in all reality, it's not the more than majority. It's not.
yeah.
But but you got to admire that. If you're confident in your wife, you're confident in yourself, then you say, hey, let her be who you got to do. You
Just tells you
Let you
how
do you.
strong a family is.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And you haven't talked to the partner since.
No, I haven't talked to Adam.
Are you sad about that?
Not really.
Would you like to?
No, it's okay.
I
I'm
think
kind of
if
like,
you would have by now. If you
Yes.
wanted to, you would
I'm
have.
one of those people where I'm like, okay, well, he was one of those life experiences. And we're not talking anymore. Oh well, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because how long?
You're
was
okay
it?
with it?
How
Yeah,
long
I'm
was-
okay.
How long ago was it with the show?
it was
Couple years ago.
2015,
You just said that. Okay, I'm sorry. You
and
just-
then it aired 2017, So
Okay, 4 years ago.
yeah, but it still plays on TV.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
What episode is it? Like if people are looking for
It is.
Does it have a title to it?
Yeah, it's season 8, episode 5. It's called Stone Cold.
Oh, that's you.
Yes.
See,
It's titled after me.
Oh,
now,
God.
I'm asking, now that you conquered that, and you didn't matter very much, are there any other goals you want to accomplish? Because you did the military, which is fabulous, and very admirable, very, very admirable. Did this,
Yeah.
which is even as admirable in a crazy way, but it really is. So is there any other things you want to try to accomplish, or
You're not getting any younger.
I know I'm not.
Just kidding.
just
Just
what
a
you want to
kid.
hear, right?
I
Just
know.
what you want to hear.
You're totally kidding.
I do want to go on. I don't want to go on Survivor,
Mhm.
but if I
There
got
you go.
asked to go back, I would want to do XL, the Naked and Afraid 40-day one challenge.
You'd want to do that?
Yeah, because you're in
Why?
a group. You're like
You
a,
almost died.
But
Can
you
we
didn't do
reiterate
20
what you just said?
I almost died Sunday running that marathon in Pittsburgh. I ran the half a marathon.
Oh,
I felt like I was
congratulations.
gonna die.
That's wonderful.
But running the full marathon, actually, currently I'm going to start training for my full marathon for Pittsburgh for next year, and then
But you would. There is a Naked and Afraid XL.
yeah.
Is it on now?
I
Are they
don't-
putting it together or what?
There's been
There have
seasons,
been.
yeah,
And you go 40 days,
Yeah.
40 nights.
yeah, with a group,
Oh, that'd be better.
yeah, survival.
Although it's twice as long.
yeah, yeah,
And it's I would,
just a naked
here we go.
village.
no, I'm not.
That's twice as many
I
jokes.
knew where I was going with, so I just cracked myself up.
That was
No,
good.
I mean, I'm just saying at night we'll sit
He just
around,
totally
holding
filtered
hands, sing
himself.
kumbaya.
If somebody could get a
All
fire
right, we knew
going,
where this was going. She knew it was going.
we're all
Okay.
set.
No, I
So,
didn't.
what would be exciting about Survivor? Of all the shows, that's the one you pick?
Okay, Survivor would just be the money.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. There's at least there's a pot at the end
That
of
one
the-
has a big, nice pot. At
I
the
think you're
end.
too nice. You're too honest for that.
Yeah.
Don't you have to be deceitful and
Yeah.
conniving?
Yeah, you gotta try. to
Yeah, and that's not me.
I know.
No,
They'd
but-
eat
but-
you up, Samantha. Come on.
That because I know. I don't know.
How do you even try out for these things?
You just I don't
Just
know.
ask?
You go
Like, could I
apply.
do it?
You could look on the websites of the TV shows and apply.
Huh.
I didn't know that until after the Naked and Afraid thing.
Yeah.
But they came to you. Naked Afraid came to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let us clarify, rectify, and specify.
Yeah.
Sam
go to
didn't go
them.
after it. Said, "Look, I'm naked." Hey, they came after her because you saw your Facebook,
Yep, and my Instagram.
Instagram.
And it's not. And my Instagram and Facebook they're they're tasteful. They're
Yeah,
not like.
yeah.
Oh, I'm like this half
but you're an
naked
adventurous.
woman, you know.
Right.
You're
Usually they're
adventurous.
holding up a big
you,
fish
You
or-
hunt.
Yeah, I'm doing
you
those
hunt
kinds
and
of
things like that. So they said, "Look, this woman that's
Yeah.
adventurous. Let's give it a shot."
Any more bucket list things?
I have a lot. I don't know. Currently I'm in this running kick, so it's more running races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I want to do the Pittsburgh full, and then I want lifetime goals to do an ultra, which is like a 50 miler.
Ooh.
You don't want to do Boston Marathon, New York Marathon, those kind of things?
No, I'm just
Or Ironman or any of that?
no. I hate swimming. I'm like a rock.
That's what we talked about.
It's
And
cold,
let me
too.
ask you-
It's
yeah.
colder than people
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Wow.
Telling me to swim like 1,000 yards or meters or whatever. No, thank you.
Not for you.
No,
Of
I'll
all the
kayak.
things.
I'll kayak.
I'll
but
kill a boar, but I don't feel like swimming that far.
No, I'm currently I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm just taking day by day.
Yeah, that's
Good
all
for
you
you.
can do. That's all you can
Good
do.
for
That's
you.
the best way to live.
Well,
Man, I
before
got-
you wrap this up,
Wow.
some people listen to the podcast. They don't see it. She's neither naked nor afraid. Right
Yes,
now. I just want you to know. I
yes,
think a lot of people are
yes.
like, well, is she naked
And,
now?
you know,
No, she's
I-
not.
I'm just gonna throw this in there because you said because I can't help myself because you were saying earlier, but and you were saying when you were out, when you were out there and the water was cold, after right?
Yeah.
And he's in deep too, and
I thought you were going to
you
go.
know where that was going.
I thought you were going to go. If I was in the pool,
In deep
I was
too.
in the pool.
Couldn't.
So
If
many
anybody
things.
is a fan of Richard Pryor, you'd understand that
Yes.
joke. Anyhow,
Or in 8th grade, then you'd still
Yeah.
get the joke. I think.
oh, look, Sam, I can't tell you how much it's been. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed
thanks
the
for
show.
coming
No,
in.
thank
I
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Thank you, man. That's the
Do
guy.
you
had
do any
fun.
motivational speaking or
you
anything
should.
on the side?
I really want to.
No, seriously, you should.
I just and that's something I'm trying to I want to do, and I don't know how to get into it, so I'm kind of
no, you don't got to. It's not getting into it. You're
like I
into
don't
it.
know
Yeah, and
my
all it
way
takes is
into
one person
it.
to ask you,
That's all.
probably.
You get
So.
into it just the way you people come to you. Say, look,
Yeah.
I guarantee you, some people, if anybody got ain't got the right frame of mind, this young lady is very inspirational for any school. People come to you and they say, look, I saw your story, I read your story, whatever. I got a group. Would you come talk? That's how it's done. It's
How about a
not
book?
camera.
You ever think about a book?
I would love to write a book.
Does anybody
My
come
life
and
was
talk to you about that?
interesting. No, but I would love to. My life's interesting.
It's not a bad idea.
No, I know.
Make a good movie.
One thing I do have, I would love to do, is I want for our community. We don't have something around here, I don't think, besides Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, is to have like a survival training
Yeah.
for kids,
Yeah. Absolutely.
for the younger generation.
Yes.
Because, kids need to know the basics.
Right.
and adults.
Yeah,
Can I just mention?
You can come too.
I'm about the fourth grade level. on
I
that
feel
sort of
like
thing.
that'd
That'd be perfect for me.
It would be awesome to have just like a 2-week summer course or
No,
something
you're
where
right.
the kids
Absolutely
would come and
right.
learn.
Too long.
Summer,
Like a weekend. If you could put it together for a weekend,
we
I
could
would
do
do
a
that.
weekend.
Right, but we used to, when I was young, 8th grade, Camp Fitch. That was the big thing. Camp Fitch, you go for 2 weeks.
They still go.
Yeah. I actually ran into my old counselor. I ain't seen him in 58 or like 50 years. I ran into him a couple weeks ago. And it was great to see him. But I agree with you 100% because so many kids don't. I remember my son was in Boy Scouts and stuff. You do the Boy Scout stuff, but you read, especially like in L.A., they go hiking in Santa Monica Mountains. People always get lost or get disoriented and you get stuck or getting lost
Sure.
in the mountains.
Sure.
You got to if you had some survival skills, it would be
And the basic ones, not just
right.
Like learn the name of the fire thing, like I did today, or whatever that thing was that you did.
a ferro rod.
Yeah, there you go. See, that kind of stuff's important.
keep
That's
matches and what you
And-
basic as you can get.
And you learned a lean-to tent or a lean-to shelter.
Yeah, lean-to shelter.
Yes.
Did it have a roof?
It was a
Kind of.
lean-to, so
Oh, it's like a teepee, but
it
two
leaned
sides.
on one side, yeah.
Yeah. Huh, there you
And
go.
me and my partner had one, each had a lean-to, and then the fire was in the middle.
Right.
Huh.
So
Hey, but if you ever called snuggle's a way to get warm.
Yeah,
cuddling is a way to stay
No,
warm.
right? No,
It
good
is.
thing.
it is.
And,
Ask any guy who's had to put up a super cold feet up against him
yeah.
in the wintertime under the covers.
Hey, what the old joke,
The
right?
worst.
What's the,
But we all do it.
What's the worst thing? The old joke. I can't say nothing. But here's I'll give you half. What's the old joke? What's the 2 words guys I hate to hear like at 2 a.m? Hold me.
Hold me, or are you up? Those are the 2. The 4 words. Hold me.
Yeah, that's half. See, it makes no sense if you know the other half of the joke. But anyhow, we can't go there. We're already X-rated. No, we're not. Yeah. But anyhow.
Oh, we're out of time.
Well, thank you for
Pleasure.
having
No,
me. It
thank
was
you
nice
for
meeting
being
you.
here. Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
man, it's
you're
been a
so
pleasure.
welcome.
Really been.
Thanks for coming.
And
Thank
Keep
you.
killing stuff. Eating
I
it.
will.
You ever
I-
beat anyone up?
I'm not going to answer that, but yes.
Was it a boy or a girl?
Both.
Okay.
Ain't nothing better than them chick fights.
they
Oh,
are
you
the
know.
meanest.
Yes.
They are the meanest. Hey, you're a
Yes.
member at Avalon Golf and Country Club.
Yes.
We're going to promote the
Are
place
you?
now real quick.
You remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the one down in Sharon.
She goes to the Sharon location
I
the
heard
most.
There's multiple locations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's
And
close to home.
Can you tell people how wonderful it is so I don't have to do it?
It's beautiful.
Or I will.
Well, I mean, in my words, it's beautiful. I love it because it's family oriented. There's so much to do for the family. I love the facility. I love the workout facility. That's my favorite thing because that's my hobby.
They have a Memorial Day package, Memorial Day weekend at the hotel, where you can come with your family. And one of the cool things about it is they'll bring a sundae bar to your room, and you can have an ice cream sundae and build it yourself in your hotel room with you and the kids,
Can't beat
or
that.
adults. Yeah,
Hey,
and that sound
you
fun?
should have had
Yeah.
that when you were naked and afraid.
See,
You can eat it in
Let
your
me-
room
yeah.
naked.
right? You can do whatever you want in your room. We don't judge.
See, and this is what I tell my bride. Let me just always say, we have dessert. When we go out to dinner,
Yes.
they'll say, would you like dessert? I say, yes. 2 of them. One for us to eat, one for me to rub all over her.
That is the best.
Oh, that's true. And she'll say, I can't believe you said that. Hey, but that's what we're trying to get cuddly, romance.
Is Ray a member here?
Oh, not anymore?
No, we have some paperwork for you to fill out.
No.
That might be it.
the show's kind of taking a turn left.
Yes, it is.
We took a
It
left
is.
turn somewhere.
It is.
Where?
Is she our first female guest?
Is it? Are you?
Oh, that would
Is
be
You might be.
cool. Am I?
Yes.
And last,
Yes.
probably after this.
That woman going, I ain't going on that show. No.
No,
No,
there are
I
better
love
things I can
it.
do with my time.
You're
Did
one
you
of
have
the
fun?
best.
Yes,
I
again.
enjoyed
my
it. I
gosh,
enjoyed
you were
it.
so
I
much
truly-
fun.
Thank you for
And,
having me.
Man, look, again, anybody who's listening, and if you want to get in touch with Sam through the show here,
It's a good way to do it.
I mean it sincerely. She'd be a wonderful motivational speaker for schools, any civic groups, or anything, because she's got a story. Military, active military, come out, did the reality show where you challenge yourself. She would be great for people to inspire people. She's inspiring me. She inspired me to go home and get naked. Anyhow,
I'm afraid.
where we go with that one? Anyhow, and Mike says, now I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you.
If anybody, again, Sam, get in touch with us through, if you want to get Sam for anything, speaking engagement, get in touch with us through the show. But anything else? Anything
That's
else?
it. Nope.
We did the,
Good luck
the
this
sponsorship. Thank you. Yes, again, Saturday night, Fox, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Fight Jared Swift Hurd versus Julian J. Rock Williams. Be a great slam bam fight. I think you'll enjoy it. So until next week, we'll come back next Tuesday
Yeah, we are.
if they'll have us. We may just may
We're not
not
revoked.
No, we may not. But if they'll have us back, hope you'll tune in and watch and tell your friends because hey, this is better than the Barrel Monkeys on a Saturday night. Anyhow, until then, take care of each other, love each other. Good night and God bless.